Hello and welcome to all of my global people out there. Greetings and salutations to you all. Yeah, if you are new to my channel, my name is Alicia Moore. I am a neuromuscular massage therapist who is board certified. And I'm also a brand partner with a company called LifeWave. And so I started really researching and like really looking into how to really help my patients and clients out of pain. And, massage is like one of the number one things that I always recommend, especially if it's chronic pain that you are dealing with, or that someone you know, a family member, a friend, an acquaintance, like somebody you just happen to run to on the street. If you happen to ask people, so how are you doing today? A lot of times they say, oh, I'm okay, but this bum foot or something, like they'll start making comments like that. And, start, I don't know about you, but people will like just start to share with me like what's going on, like actually what's going on. um, and I don't know, I guess it's just my personality, or, you know, one thing, interestingly enough, I have noticed is that when I start to come into a person's life, or I start to be a part of a person's life, in some way, whether it's like a patient, or it's a new friendship, or a new kind of business collaboration or anything like that, um, I notice that they are ready for some type of change or shift. Um, I have a lot of Uranus energy in my astrology chart. And for those of you that, I'm not going to go into astrology, but if for those of you that understand, the planet Uranus, then you would know what I'm referring to. But yeah, so today I wanted to talk about, I know I'm a little late getting into what we're actually talking about, um, which is going to be still focusing around understanding sciatica. So I've been doing this series on sciatica because it's so prevalent in my office. Um, a lot of people come in with the same or similar symptom complaints, and some even come in telling me that they have sciatica, um, because they've read about it, or someone that they know has it, and so they kind of put two and two together, and are they're basically like, well, I have it too. And that's not always the case, and so that's what I'm helping to clarify, because it's not always the case that you actually have true sciatica. And typically you would need to be diagnosed with sciatica for it to be like, an actual medical condition, so to say. And with that, I'm kind of piggybacking off of yesterday's video I did about fascia. Actually, it was a clubhouse. I did a clubhouse talk on fascia and its role in creating these restrictions, adhesions, and pain points in certain areas all over the body, in a not certain areas, but in a certain way, I should say, because think about it, like if everything is so compressed, like if the muscles are compressed and things like that, then they're not going to be able to glide and slide along each other like they're supposed to. Now, how is it that stem cells can help in this? So stem cells help in this so dramatically. So I want to like simplify it, because I feel like sometimes when speakers start to talk about stem cells or things like that, They might kind of use these larger words that kind of aren't clicking or connecting with people. And so I want to kind of break it down. Okay, so stem cells are the repair team of your body. So imagine, um, I know some of you, most of you have seen the Lego movie, right? With um, the character that's learning that he is a builder, but he has to like go on this journey to learn that he's a builder or whatnot. But kind of thinking about, utilizing that movie a little bit. So thinking about the Lego blocks, like the blocks that actually go to build stuff. So with the stem cells, they're essentially blank. They don't have a set shape. They don't have a set amount of like information to be a certain cell in the body. And um, if you could imagine that it is this special kind of Lego block that can turn into any piece that you needed that was broken in or like not complete. So, but turn into skin cells, they can turn into muscle cells, they can even turn into brain cells and neurons and kind of organ cells for the organs. So when you get hurt and have pain, the stem cells will they're supposed to, when they're active and doing their job, they're supposed to kind of rush to that area, okay, that's injured or that's having inflammation or that's having a dysfunction, and it'll start to kind of turn those cells into the cells that are needed in order to replace the cells that are damaged. So think about it like, okay, we know we have our immune system, so it's linked very closely with the immune system because the immune system kind of also goes to these areas of pain, but sometimes they don't have the instruction on what to do. And so the stem cells are the team that like help to give the instruction. They help to tell which cells, like, okay, you are, we need to get this one out of here and we need to get that one replaced. Like they'll go in and start actually reorganizing and organizing, and um this in turn, it helps you to heal way faster. It can reduce any pain. It significantly reduces inflammation, especially after an acute pain, which if you've missed that video, I did do a video talking about different types of pain and which kind of, you know, depth that a person may be feeling the pain. It may be something that's acute, which something that is something that just happened, like stubbing your toe, cutting your finger, um, things of that, running into something and kind of having a pain, or even slightly falling and the next day or even the day after having some sort of pain. um so the fact that stem cells are so super important, my attention got grabbed around that because I had learned and heard about stem cells. I started hearing a lot about them maybe about 10 years ago, 15 years ago or so. But there's just a lot of controversy around how they were obtaining them. There was a lot of things like, oh, that's what the aborted fetuses were for. They're using the stem cells that are in those fetuses. Now they've actually gotten the science down to only using the umbilical cord. So they'll take because a lot of moms do not request to have their umbilical cord given to them after, or any part of that. And actually, to each their own, but it is a good thing to actually request that to take with you. But anyway, so they'll take the stem cells, or a certain company that does this, and they'll take the umbilical cord, because that's where the most, I guess that's where the most live cells of stem cells they can collect or they can get. So they'll take that, they do whatever they do with it in the lab, right? Um, and then the idea is to introduce it into different parts of the body for people. So, like if you're having stuff going on with your knee, I know the knee injuries are really popular among surgeons and also these facilities that do the stem cell injections. Um, and but there's still like a lot of uncertainty around it, because yes, some people start to have better outcomes, but months later. So like for one, it is going to depend on that person's body in the first place. Is their body actually detoxing and releasing the old cellular debris, old blood, old, uric acid, or whatever is being released from the muscles and the organs in the body? Is it actually flushing out properly to actually get that stuff circulating? Because I have so many people that they go and get the cortisone shots, and they put it in just one area, which it is supposed to be like local. It's supposed to work locally to wherever it's being injected. But what I'm finding when people go and get that is that it's not circulating. It's not really getting distributed properly into the person's body wherever it's being injected. And that's because, for one, the person does not detox, or they haven't detoxed, or they haven't done any type of prep work like lymphatic massage. Like anytime you're getting injectables, you're getting things that are going into your body, it's really good to have your lymphatic system flowing so that it's able to remove anything that's like in the way, and that's what is causing a lot of pain is congestion in the body. So when there's congestion, and then like as you're aging, right? Like they say between the ages of 30 and 50 are like when your stem cell levels or availability significantly drops. And so you don't have those same amount of good, healthy stem cells that you did when you were 20 or 25 or whatnot. So as we're getting more mature and we're aging, there's also this thing of the cells really drastically aging. And so I don't know if it's still on this channel, but I did do a video where I was like going on this rant about about getting old, and I was just like, there's no need to be walking around with canes and walkers and like not able to walk and not able to travel and do things. And that's because like we're supposed to naturally regenerate, but if things are not flowing properly inside, we're not going to regenerate. So how can we do this in a like more cost effective way? Like, why do we have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars um, to travel to some foreign land, and stay at a clinic for like, a month or so? I mean, you can take advantage of it, right? You can like, especially because I saw some that they have like in Thailand. So you can like, have a nice things, but I don't know. I don't know their rules or how they have it set up really. But anyway, like it would be nice to like go to Thailand and just have a vacation rather than go there because you're sick or because you're in so much pain that you're like, no, I need to have this treatment. And like as I was saying, like I've been kind of looking and like looking at some of the more recent updates in stem cell therapy, and that is one of them with the umbilical cord. Now, the one that I've come across that affordable, I want to point. I feel like a lot of these treatments, a lot of these solutions that are out there, mainly are like for people that have money already. Um, but I'm like, what about the average person that has a labor type of job, a person that, you know, they live in they may not live in the best areas, they may not be in the best environments, but they're at least like trying to alleviate their pain. They're trying to clear and detox things out of their body and out of their life. Because as you start really detoxing and letting go of old behaviors and old things, you know, obviously those opportunities start to come in. Um, and if you have the team of repair cells that is actually working optimally and like actually helping you help yourself, then why not? Okay. And so that's why I've been waiting. Okay. Like I did not make this decision lightly to represent and become a brand partner with with the company called LifeWave. And honestly, like, that's why I'm doing the raffle for the webinar that's coming up on August 25th, 2024. You can send me a message if you're interested in registering for that, because I am going to be raffling off. I don't know, I feel like I keep adding more patches that I'm going to raffle off. But I'm going to at least raffle off 2, but I'm considering 3. Why am I considering 3? So I want to raffle off the X39, which is the main patch that helps to stimulate stem cells to regenerate and become renewed and regenerated so that they can do their job. And then it starts to turn on like every 24 hours. It resets and it activates 3,000 to 4,000 genes, and helping your genes to express themselves fully. Now, between month 1 and month 3, there's going to be a huge difference. Like I'm only still like month 1, like I'm at the end of month 1, and I can totally tell a huge difference already. Like it's wild how drastic like my pain is, like no more. Essentially, I might have like little times here and there, but that's because I'm super pushing myself right now, because I'm in kind of this go mode. I'm working on a project, so getting that, you know, done and worked on. You know, I'm having to extend myself further energetically, you know, between like doing my massage work, talking and consulting clients, and doing my coaching work as well. um, there's just a lot, you know, that I'm juggling, which is fine because I am a manifesting generator. So like that's kind of something that I'm used to and that I can handle. But now just in a more organized way, basically. But one thing that really has, like, I would say impressed me with LifeWave is that it's patented. You can look out there anywhere. Are any of the patches that are for pain management, pain reduction, are they patented? um, are they non-transdermal? So what does transdermal versus non-transdermal mean? Because sometimes I say things and I'm like, I don't know if they really got that, or I don't know if they really understood that. So transdermal means that there is some type of topical or some type of like medicine or ointment or something on the patch that when you put it on the skin, it's just going to like soak in the skin. Like, you know, when you put on lotion or when you put on moisturizer for your skin, it just soaks in, right? And mind you, it's only in that one area, okay? So that is what a transdermal patch is, something like an icy hot patch or um, any of those patches like that are like icy hot patches or vitamin patches or anything like that. It's just kind of like going into the body in just that area. A non-transdermal patch is one, there's nothing on it. How the Life Wave patch, and I have one here, and I'm wearing one as well. So the way the patch works is it has the sticky part, right, to stick to the skin. But this white part here that you can see, it's actually acting like a mirror, the side that is touching my skin. And it is utilizing the infrared light that is emanating from my body. As it's emanating from my body, it's reflecting off of the patch. And it's reflecting into my body a certain wavelength of light that activates certain peptides. Okay. And so, with it activating that peptide, that is a message to my body that my body can understand that it needs to, or not needs to, but it will start to produce the peptide, okay, that activates and regenerates my stem cells, my own stem cells that are already in my body, not some that they got from, you know, somebody's baby's umbilical cord or some other source. Because I feel like whenever things go into this lab, you know, I don't know, guys, but with the patch, it's like it's just activating my own. Instead of me getting the injections and paying thousands of dollars, I'm paying less than 200 or less than 100 actually, you know, a month. And so I feel that with my own testimony, that's why I'm like, okay, I've been like waiting, but I'm like, no, let me share my own testimony about what I've been experiencing. Like, because I was having a lot of like thinning edges, and those have started to come back. My eyelashes, like for the girls out there that get their eyelashes done, like I used to do that to the point where like my real lashes were like almost gone. And so I had stopped wearing them for a long time. So I'm like, oh, my eyelashes. um, but yeah, so I was like, okay, let me look into something more natural that is not gonna like cost an arm and a leg, and that I don't have to travel, you know, so far. Um, so yeah, so I just kind of talked about a little bit of what transdermal patches are versus non-transdermal patches. And it's nice because you only wear it for 12 hours. There's really only a need to wear it for 12 hours and then you take it off. Why only 12 hours? For one, you don't want to overstimulate the body, okay? Especially if it's like, especially the first time you're using them, right? You don't want to overstimulate the body. Um, for 2, you want to give the body time to utilize the cells that were just activated, right? But it is good to wear one each day. Okay, so I did get a little experimental, and I wore 2 of the X39. I wore one at the top in the back, and then I wore one at the bottom. So I feel like wearing 2, like wearing one for the upper body and then wearing one for the lower body. And you can put it anywhere. I know they have their certain, like, it should be placed in these areas, but I've been just experimenting. I'm like, let's try putting it actually on my right hip where it hurts, okay? And your stem cells will naturally help to reduce inflammation. But I kind of skipped what the patches I was going to give away. Okay, so the patches, X39, okay, that's the stem cell one. I kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent. But then also Aeon. So Aeon is the one highly recommended for inflammation. So if you're having a lot of inflammation, that is the one that will help to greatly reduce it. And Ice Wave. So I'm going to be also raffling off Ice Wave. So I'm wanting to raffle all of these off at one, okay? But I might split it up and do 3. So like, you get to choose which patch you would like. I will say that the X39 is the higher priced one, so to say, out of the 2, but they are all very effective. And then when you pair them together, I mean, you're gonna feel like a whole brand new person. So I don't know, I'm still kind of deciding around that. Like, do I want to raffle 3 all at once, or do I want to raffle, one, or do 3 raffles, right? So I would say it's going to depend on how many people are there. If there's not that many people there, um, because in the beginning, people um, don't really pay attention, right? Until traction starts happening. But if you get it right now, like, you could totally get all 3, right? Um, but anyway, if you are interested though, I don't know if I can. Okay, no, it's okay. So I'll put it in the description if you are interested in purchasing them. Just straight out, like, you're like, I'll come to the webinar, but I would still like to support you and like purchase some, so that, because it is something that I'm doing to help support myself. Um, so yeah, so I'll put that in the description. And yeah, I'm gonna head out here in a little bit. We've been on for about 30 minutes or so. I know you have a lot of stuff to do. I also have a lot of stuff to do. I'm doing this in the morning before getting everything started, and just wanting to come on and talk about that a little bit. Like, how can stem cells really help with the pain? And it's really simple. It's really by helping your cells, for one, to go from, like, when I think about it, it's like an old cell with the cane, and like trying to do its job, but it can is it's trying, but it can't quite get the job done like it used to. So helping to go in and helping to get those cells better heal themselves, and to like retire the ones that are done. Let's go ahead and retire the ones that are done, and like bring in and turn on the ones that have been lying dormant. And I see this helping greatly with the trigger points, because before I go, like I explained before, neuromuscular therapy, neuromuscular massage therapy is me, like my body is actually communicating with the person's body, okay, through my elbow or through my hands. Um, because I'm looking and I'm searching, I'm feeling for what is going on in this area, what is going on, why is this person feeling the pain here? Um, and it could be a referral pain. It could be actually coming from the calves, up to the back. Like there's a lot of different reasons and pathways why the pain is where it's at. And so helping to decode and helping to do that, like if you are regenerating your stem cells, you're activating peptides inside that help to lower and reduce your inflammation, then we're going to have a win-win situation. I don't care how you look at it. But yes, I'm going to head off here. It was a joy. I really do like talking about this stuff. So you will see me again. I'm going to be going live as much as I can, especially right now. Um, work is good, but work is a little slow-ish. Um, and it's kind of one of my days off too. So I'm wanting to connect with as many people as I can. If you do have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Um, And also, if you send me a text message, like, don't be weird. Okay, it is my business phone, so I'm not like 100% by it all the time, but I do check the messages, and just shoot me a text message or an email as well, or you can even the contact form on my link tree in my profile and also in the description. But I'm going to head out here, like I said, and I will check you guys out on the next one. Peace.